Tangkap toyol masuk dalam botol, dikejar cek pun hilang kontrol. Lembaga hijam sudah datang, hantu gel pun bawa senambang. Hantu galak
Assalamualaikum, kami dari Perkamis. Hari ni kita ada artis undangan. Boleh cakap artis undangan. Artis undangan lah.
Tak ada lah.
Dan ada paranormal consultant.
Baik.
Consultants. So nama boleh intro ke nama?
Okay, hi. Nama Cik. Nama saya Cik. Daripada The Paranormal Consultants.
Okay. For our viewers, yang ni Caki, you all kenal. Ni lah Yusri. Saya Bajwa. Okay. Actually, okay. Ini video segmen ini kan tentang contoh tentang orang yang ni kat sini lah kan. Tentang dia punya alat yang dia bina sendiri. Dipanggil apa?
Okay. This is called plasma obelisk, EMPAM.
Okay, plasma. So kita actually kat sini ni spontan punya questionnaires untuk hal tentang pasal alat ni alat obelisk obelisk plasma obelisk. So spontan siapa ada question untuk Tuan Acik ni?
First and foremost, I want to buka kata soalan lah kan.
Soalan.
Okay, soalan first is apa lama Acik dalam bidang ni?
Okay, for me dalam bidang professional paranormal is actually dah dari 2008. So it's more than 10 years. Kalau I think in total 2018 is 10, 19, 20, 21. 13 years lah in total.
Okay, tu is actually mungkin banyak mungkin ramai yang nak tahu juga what makes you get the idea to invent plasma obelisk ni?
Okay, first of all, plasma obelisk ni is actually tak ada dalam in the current market lah. In the Asian market tak ada. Tapi yang ada which is similar adalah EMPAM. Tapi EMPAM ni diorang menggunakan neodymium magnet dengan motor, and in overtime lah, kira dalam kemasan panjang motor, wear and tear, dia akan rosak. So I find another alternative, and it's actually lagi better dari segi the maintenance, penjagaan equipment, and then dia punya electro ataupun dia punya energy yang dia keluarkan, it's much more bigger. So from there I know that there's no such equipment. Kalau ada pun people selalu don't make pada US, mahal. So that's why I created and I found out this is quite useful lah.
Okay. I have another question from me lah. We Paracounters kita dah pakai your equipment ni kan. So recently I found out when I bila saya pegang ni benda kan, dia act macam crystal ball. So dia ada difference tak between the plasma obelisk dengan crystal ball?
Okay, actually dia ada persamaan dan ada perbezaan juga. Okay, persamaannya is dia punya energy tu is plasma. Both are in plasma format. Tetapi perbezaan dia, okay, the source of the plasma is different, berbeza. Okay, bagi for this is, okay, I just share the trade secret. Okay, is solenoid. Okay, solenoid is salah satu benda ataupun equipment di mana dia amplifykan energy.
Okay.
Berbezanya kalau kita tengok this crystal ball tu, dia ada banyak lightning kan. Banyak sangat lightning dia. Jadi kita letak tangan baru kita nampak dia baru Cuba bayangkan kalau terlalu banyak makhluk ni they want the energy kan. Kita tak tahu betul ke dia dah sedut ni. Confusing. So I actually improvisekan dia jadi a singular detection. So itulah bezanya.
Simplify kan.
Correct.
Okay. Ada soalan ni.
Obelisk ni nak build, how long does it take?
Okay. Okay, kalau barang dia ada if I have all dia punya the things kira, because okay, terus terang ini benda is piece by piece, solder sendiri, bikin sendiri, design sendiri, print sendiri. So kalau barang dia semua ada, dia punya components ada, 2 weeks Because saya kerja sebelum masa dia.
2 week macam hari-hari buat lah.
2 minggu. Kadang-kadang kita if you can see macam kat sini dia punya resin plasma resin UV resin tau. So this resin kadang kita nak kena tunggu seharian.
Mana apa benda tadi dia?
Dekat tepi ni resin for waterproofing dia.
Oh, waterproofing dia.
For to waterproof this equipment dekat bawah dia sini.
Okay.
So this one kadang kita nak kena tunggu seharian. And then sometimes kita dah fix, kita tunggu seharian, then I fix the other thing. So jangka masa dia I would say 2 minggu lah. Cepat-cepat ni lah. Kalau komponen tak ada, sometimes nak kena order. Import factor tengah COVID, dia jejak 1 bulan.
Oh, just for one
Yes.
just for one
For this one thing.
one piece saja Oh, okay. Ada lagi tak question? Question lagi?
Selain pada Oblis, what other project do you do? I mean,
Ada equipment as a project ke?
Okay. Equipment yang that I bikin Okay. Infrared light. I have a few models of infrared. My infrared is different from what you have in the market, especially the China market because dia punya IR LED dia tu, satu IR dalam ada 3 chips of IR. So that means the emitting power is very strong. It's stronger. That means kalau infrared gelap, dia actually less terang. Okay, bezanya dia ada tuner that you can tune. Kalau terlalu putih, terlalu kuat, putih kan, too whitewash. So you have an adjuster, you can adjust to lower down. And then lagi satu, dia ada pakai 12 volt battery. You can even pakai 18650 yang VIP punya battery. Ni boleh tune sikit lah.
Dia tak boleh.
Pasal
Dah kena tapis.
sekarang dah tak boleh kita faham.
So dia punya voltage yang dia pakai tu kira 1850 je, itu je ingat dah. Untuk equipment apa tak apalah kan, tak perlu tahu tak perlu tahu semua.
Then one of the most interesting yang Acik pernah bikin pernah buatkan is James Bond bag. Bayangkan James Bond bag, shockproof, those Pelican bag buka, ada monitor, you ada recording device, you letak kamera, 4 kamera, you can monitor live dekat sini with all the batteries. You want to use wireless ke, cable, all everything is there.
berapa?
Berapa?
Orang belakang kamera dah sebut. Dah tanya tu harga.
Kalau sekarang you can get it less than 2K.
Less than 2K.
Everything lah.
Everything plus training plus the system in one shot. And you can choose analog ataupun wireless.
Analog kira you
Cable.
nak kena plug in cable lah.
Plug in cable. Wireless of course transmitter receiver lah. There's always pros and cons. Even one more set which Acik pernah bikin is using mobile data. That means for your life. In 4 channel live.
Channel live.
Baik.
Actually itu first time aku dengar ni. Yang pasal macam James Bond juga apa? yang briefcase lah.
Briefcase.
Lah, tengok.
Everything's there.
Oh, you ever invent what in my understanding sekarang ni you pernah invent macam create that bag that thing.
Pernah pakai, pernah jual. Pernah jual in local team.
Oh, local team Singapore.
Yep.
Local team kita ada. Okay, right. Kita tak ada shout out lagi benda. So apa lagi yang macam tadi Syakir ada tanya pasal you ada invent kira create any other equipments beside Obelisk kan. So dan I don't know whether dalam pasaran ada tak for your ni lah, but ada tak lain equipment yang you boleh recommend untuk team kita pakai actually?
Ada. Okay, the basic tools is something like this.
Kau bayar
Aku tanya dulu.
Okay, these are a few basic tools which is I call them detection lah. Panggil orang detection devices. Okay, this detection device is very mobile. Okay, these are one of the basic tools macam EMF meter, plasma obelisk, temperature gun, okay. And other things lah macam motion sensor and so on Okay, these are all the basic paling basic lah. Kalau you want to go to advanced version of equipment, okay, your source of video kan, video system you can upgrade or integrate with a few equipments ataupun that you can showcase when you live. You can even showcase a few equipments at one live. That's the way. That means you can do multi.
Yes, itu nanti. Ada yang paling best.
Banyak.
Dia cakap kau bayar baru dia tanya berapa.
Okay, so when you go to the video equipment, of course lighting is very important sebab tempat gelap kan. Jadi infrared is also a need. Infrared, sufficient infrared light. Sufficient. That means tak semestinya you have satu infrared. Kadang infrared ni because dia lampu. So kalau dia ambil depan, you have a subject kat depan, dia langgar tu subject, dia rebounce balik, you nampak di subject. Tapi belakang kadang gelap. Sometimes you need to put belakang. So all these settings and so on lah.
So is it like multiple camera shots or anything bukan? Ataupun the one?
Okay, if you're talking about my base experience kalau letak multiple cameras at different angles is also very good. Sometimes sebab kadang subjek kat sini, tapi sebelum dia datang kat subjek dia kat sebelah sana. So pernah bikin, I put an off-shot camera, kira off-shot lah, capture things moving by itself. And then the kebetulan pula subjek kata aku feel kat sini which is in the same direction. Then pump dia sampuk. You can see there's the path of mana benda tu datang. These are one of the
So
techniques.
meaning yang IR light ni kan, kalau dia dedicated to certain places, we can just plant a camera there. We can go live also.
Okay, going live tu you nak tengok kamera, your camera lah, your system of camera. Okay, sometimes dia tak boleh live directly. You have to have a capture. You need to have another set of device that put everything into one or so on lah. These are all external things. I think in video production it's ni benda yang satu yang quite essential as well lah. Okay. Tapi what I mean is like if you put your IR down there kat sana, kan, even though your camera is here, but it will illumine beyond. Kira kalau let's say belakang pokok tu gelap, tapi when you put IR belakang pokok, tempat belakang tu lagi terang. Sometimes you need to put here and here and here. Example, to cover the lighting lah.
Cover the lighting. Okay.
So we don't need the spotlight macam gini semua tak payah.
Pasal infrared
IR light boleh we just use the IR light.
IR light kira macam yang those black and white punya. You mean infrared? Infrared camera is dia punya visual is black and white punya ni kan?
Infrared ada dua. If the black and white is dah macam CCTV, and currently China dorang ada tu camcorder that integrate the black and white into their camcorder Tapi another one is usually the green microns, which is Sony
macam night vision.
Night vision. That is green. Okay. Dia ada sebab kenapa putih, kenapa hijau.
Actually ni apa sebab dia kenapa
Okay.
Mana bagus.
Okay, kalau lagi sedap pandangan for your analyzation, let's say after you record, you nak balik, you nak tengok, kalau ngadap kamera, ngadap monitor lama, mata sakit tak? Straining tak? But green is always a factor yang natural. Soothe your eyes. Lagi satu, you try tengok using the green micron punya camcorder. Ambil lah satu benda, jalankan. You see that it's much more detailed.
In green.
Yes. The green is much more detailed. Whereas the black and white is a cheaper version sebenarnya. Because the CCD is cheaper lah. The sensor is cheaper.
Okay. Ada. Memang actually aku found out about dia.
As in ni apa costing.
Kau cakap aku lepas tu kau tanya harga. Tadi dia buat pasal apa yang pasal costing the second item tu. Yang dia kata after the below 2K. Yang
James Bond bag
James Bond bag is below 2K kan. But there was another one yang kau cakap. Yang kau tanya lah. Aku tak tahu apa
IR.
IR light. Okay. Pasal so far kita selama ni kita cuma pakai banyak lighting lah. Pasal first thing first yang buat editing tu yang belakang kamera sekarang. Orang tu yang belakang kamera kan. Sufficient lighting untuk dia buat editing tu senang. But then at the same time kadang-kadang yang aku takut is that with kalau infrared atau night vision format dia sama ke tidak? Format pasal different format for editing is kadang susah.
You know, it depends on your camera kan?
Yeah. Camcorder
So kalau let's say aku pakai handphone ni sekarang untuk buat tu, aku switch off all the normal lights, then aku pakai IR light. Mungkin it works lah, kan? We don't know what. So it depends on the lighting lah. Actually the IR light.
Oh, okay.
So camera part also I want to know. So camera part any camera can or
For usage of infrared, no. It must be a dedicated. Okay, there's a few type of camera. Okay, the paling senang you beli memang dah ada. Sony night shot mode, ada EX100, EX700, PJ model a lot. Sorry, Singapore dah tak ada jual.
orang tak ada jual.
Singapore dah tak ada jual di market. Okay.
Dia suruh yang aku pakai kamera tu lah.
Yalah, yang besar tu, yang warna. Kau tanya aku. Kau punya kau tanya aku. Baik.
So that's the thing lah. You can get second hand. Okay. There's a ban on this actually because orang menggunakan kamera night vision pergi scoding rumah orang. That happens.
Salah. Dia macam segmen kita tadi tangkap. Salah guna alat lah. Salah kira. Oh.
Tapi the cheapest version of camera kalau you nak if you want to know okay, get a sports cam. Sports cam tu dia punya lens tu you can actually modify. Filter dia keluarkan. But also depends on the sensor lah. Usually the sensor processor IMX3 something Sony sensor is the best lah. Because ada sensor bila you dah modified tetap tak boleh dapat. This is
Very sensitive lah.
yes, correct. The sensor is very important.
Salah sikit je habis.
Yes, correct. Betul.
Oh, okay. Tadi question aku is apa yang Cik boleh recommend kita as maybe newly punya paranormal team boleh pakai selain daripada you punya kalau you ada equipment baru guna buat costing, jangan don't worry. Don't worry about the costing thing. But then ada tak lain equipment that you create
Ada yang
for-
publish
You going to create or you planning to
ada
create?
maybe a bigger one ke?
Atau orang lain tak pernah buat.
Orang lain tak
So
pernah
then
buat.
we are
Mana
the
tahu
first
Idea apa yang you ada habis tadi kan dia cakap aku tak boleh nanti aku.
Okay. For currently right now, whatever is the kira apa yang Acik ada sekarang, I just maintain it first. Okay. Okay. Tapi kalau you want to know that I have a motion sensor. Okay, motion sensor kalau kita cakap kat rumah apa kita boleh beli a cheap one. Correct. But this motion sensor is different sebab dia punya tuning dia is tuned to dark. That means kenapa? Why I tune it to a dark gelap? Sebab kalau ada benda lintas, the sensitivity is much more stronger. It's much more stronger. And it's a PIR, passive infrared. Okay. I might venture into echo sensor as well. Okay.
Apa benda tu echo sensor?
Okay, kita kalau drive kereta.
Yalah, aku tengah cakap apa yang ada echolocation tak ni.
Okay, echo sensor kalau you drive kereta. Okay, sekarang kereta kalau blind spot dah ada lampu-lampu kat tepi. Okay, dia punya device yang bulat kat belakang atau
yang
kat tepi,
kecil tu.
yang kecil tu. Okay, dia gunakan echo, which means sound. Okay, this sound is a proximity for distance as well. Okay, and ini benda will mix with musical, mechanical musical punya, you know, like macam kadang kita beli benda tu,
yang benda
kunci,
kunci.
dan ting tong ting ting. Okay.
Mintong.
Okay, because kenapa tau? Because this sensor once it sense, we can see the movements. Okay, and then you also have a light, and we also have a sound. So kalau like example, imagine you all pergi satu bangunan, letak kat level 1, okay tak apa kita pergi level atas to do your whatever inspection ke investigation kan. Kalau kat atas sekali you all dengar kat bawah tu lagu. Tang tang tang. Korang tahu korang semua kat atas ni. Sekarang semua kira 1 2 3 4 5 siapa kat bawah ni? So
That's a good idea.
it's a detection device lah. And okay, all my devices will have a threading female thread, so you can put mounting, you can put camera sebelah dia, so your camera can capture the equipment bergerak atau light up, and plus what is dia tengah detect.
Cool. So aku tengok aku tengah wondering, kenapa dia nak buat dengan ada sound it's because kalau kita separated from the equipment.
Kita boleh dengar.
So it's a good idea.
Okay,
Agak bagus
Cepat bikin lah.
Cepat
Cepat
bikin.
Cepat bikin. Aku nak kan kena je.
Still in schematic.
Masih in design ni proses.
Prototyping lah.
Keluarkan satu prototype pas kita je. Kita test.
Korang R&D lah.
Actually, it can be. Actually, it's a good idea lah. Mana is a good idea? Since macam kau ni kawan dengan Sean. So apa, kita bukan nak buat pakai apa, make use take advantage or anything, but then the thing is macam kalau kau nak pasarkan ke,
InsyaAllah we can collaborate lah. A lot of things lah actually. A lot of things. Okay. This one we can discuss after.
Belakang tabir.
Dia sebalik tabir. belakang tabir, belakang rumah. So ada apa-apa lagi question lagi? Aku punya question dah, first question aku, kenapa Jamal
Aku what's your macam your freakiest experience during this period lah?
you pernah pergi
No,
paranormal
you
sendiri,
investigate.
investigate sendiri ke?
Okay, if I,
Freakiest lah.
the most that I think I will not forget tak akan lupakan is bila dekat Sukabumi, dekat Indonesia, Sukabumi, Gunung Sianjung, itu salah satu makam pahlawan dia call it lah. So dekat sana ada satu makam tu. So, sana kubur dia panggil makam makam. So ada Pak Kiai, dia jalan, dia tiba-tiba dia stop kat satu kubur. So kubur tu dia kata okay, ini ada dia punya dampingan, jadi boleh dapat harta benda and so on. Harta pusaka lah, dia call it pusaka. Okay, atas kubur tu dia tak pegang tau. Dia cuma gini. Kita semua ramai-ramai orang Singapura ni, kita tengok. Dia tak pegang, dia tak sentuh. Berlubang. Pelan-pelan berlubang. Macam kira dari dalam tu ada orang satu korek. Dia berlubang. Lepas tu dia kata okay, tak apa, kita balik rumah. Balik rumah, dia duduk depan tingkap. Dia buka dengan tasbih, dia zikir. Kita nampak macam kunang-kunang.
Kunang firefly.
Firefly, yes. Tapi ada warna biru, ada warna kuning, ada warna hijau, macam cakap lah. Tengah datang. Lepas tu kita dengar bunyi pam.
Betul.
Okay, bila kita buka lampu, keris tengah pam macam gila. So it's very chaotic. Sampai tu the satu part tu, keris tu Pak Kiai tu macam entak, keris tu pergi satu sudut, bergegar. Terus Pak Kiai cakap, okay, sini, keris terbang. This is the first time I see that. Kita cakap Pak Kiai boleh berhentikan kat sini tak? Sini. Dia betul berhentikan. Treat members. Budak Singapore, kita semua budak Singapore. Treat members. Okay, lepas aku kau letak tangan. Bro, tak ada tali bro. Kau punya the most
Aku boleh bayangkan macam, you know, aku tadi nak cakap dia vibrate tu vibrate macam Nokia punya vibrate gitu. Tapi yang Melayu tu kira komedi, kalau korang tak tahu
Tapi
tadi.
kenapa kena patah balik? Yang daripada
Oh ya, yang bila time dia dah berlubang tu kenapa?
Dia okay, bila dia pergi sana, dia cakap okay, dia dalam banyak dia dapat detect this one is the best. Tapi balik sebab ada mediasi I think dia nak kena buat dia punya zikir, dia kena buat ada buah. Because kita balik dia tak buat itu terus. Dia terus ada dia punya ritual bacaan tertentu. Lepas tu duduk buka tingkap kat depan sambil zikir. It takes time lah, bukan terus datang. Dalam a few, maybe 1 jam lebih lah baru kita nampak all this thing. End up kita dapat 3 keris kat situ. Kita dermakan to the nearest masjid sebab tak boleh bawa balik Singapore naik terbang tak boleh. And then after that kita dijemput RCTI paginya. Dalam cerita melodi.
Ni selain daripada kalau macam tadi ceritanya pasal experience you, but then your experience yang freakish tu dekat Indonesia. Singapore ada such, macam little bit lah.
Okay.
Sikit.
Kalau Singapore yang paling seram
Yang paling freaky kat Singapore lah.
Okay, adalah.
Apa kat mana?
Kira dia punya experience berbeza. Okay, dekat mana itu boleh bilang area
area dia lah.
Tapi kalau you pergi pun it's very hard to find. Okay, dia satu bunker di daerah Buona Vista.
Okay.
Okay, aku rasa aku tahu.
Dia ada sekolah, dia ada hospital. Itu je. Okay.
What's the
Okay,
experience?
I went there 2 orang.
2 orang?
2 orang aja. So kita sampai, kita split. So we are individual, satu tingkat 2, satu tingkat one more level down. So 3 tingkat lah. Ni lah, pegang K2 lah. K2 was fluxing like macam gila. And then after that, what I did, just stand by this tu, duduk diam-diam to feel lah. After that, about 6 months, one of my friend from US, is kira dia perempuan who is a psychic, and dia Mak Saleh. Kita bawa dia ke sana, and she has an perbualan, dia ada perbualan, so dia buat dia EVP session, electro voice phenomenon. And then bila kita dengar balik, there's response actually. Apa dia punya question, there's response.
You mean yang macam ghost box yang dia pakai tu?
Ghost box is like EVP lah, tapi ghost box is a live.
Tapi ini recorded.
Yes, correct. And dia punya device tu is brand tu Olympus. Dia boleh setting. Dia boleh setting to a low frequency.
Dia macam Ovilus gitu kan.
Ovilus dia macam Ovilus, tapi Ovilus ada extra. Dia boleh kasih wording come out, tapi tak. This Olympus, dia boleh setting device tu to a low decibel, low frequency. The logic is, if the lower frequency atau lower decibel, cuma binatang laut je boleh buat, which is
pasal dia punya dance kan.
Yes, correct. So bila dia dapat capture bila dia setting low frequency tapi dapat capture suara manusia, so logically that's not manusia.
Yes.
So we have that. So that's the most.
But is it the one yang kau jual, I bought from you the EVP yang watch tu?
Tak.
No.
Tak, that one is not.
That one is actually apa? Aku nak
Normal recording kan?
Normal recording.
normal
device.
recording. Aku dah recording dia. Tak, kat situ pun dah macam recording biasa.
Olympus is quite expensive lah.
Yeah, I actually macam research juga pasal Olympus. So ada apa-apa lain question?
Ada. Okay. For the obsolete kan? Obelisk kan? Kalau let's say if we are at this littered area, let's say in a park, if we use that, will it be berguna?
Okay.
Macam like
that question correct.
Like macam benda tu is
Episode.
Transmitting all the energy out. Lampu pun sama kan? So will that be like, is it macam better to use or not to use?
Okay, the best is kalau boleh jangan adakan any power source selain pada benda ni. Because kalau ada lain-lain power source, you might have false reading, you might have false
Frequency clash.
the clashing of it lah. Mungkin benda ni mungkin dia nak sedut kat dapur punya lampu, but you see you have a lot of false things lah. Kalau boleh just tune to one, that's it.
Make it to one light source to one source.
Because people of it, so it's betul-betul meant for this thing to be there, to use it lah. Start lampu.
Pasal kalau you put this, mesti dekat dengan your subject. Betul? Kalau kamera pun dekat subject. Jadi you nak benda ni datang sini, jadi kamera boleh tangkap. Betul? That's korang punya modal. Correct, right? So ini strategi lah. This is basic strategy. You channel it, bottleneck it to a location whereby you can capture, you can feel, and so on lah. Tak nampak pun, let's say tengah berbual gini, benda ni bergerak sikit pun is already an evidence.
That's the thing lah. Itu actually I'm looking for kira apa yang benda ni dia punya usage dia and what it can do as a
how to use it properly lah.
How to use it properly. Actually macam yang selama kita pakai apa yang Maglite yang Maglite, the Maglite thing. So far it works.
The combo works
the combo works dekat Pulau Ubin. But buta-buta pakai bila time dia beli, dia ambil dia pakai buta-buta dia pakai dia actually dia boleh touch
The first day
mungkin apa orang kata beginner's luck. Aku takut is like a beginner's luck type of thing, but then if it works aku actually looking forward to things moving.
Yeah, correct. Okay, one thing you can do another thing that yang korang boleh lakukan bila there's some effects try to tanya ataupun suruh buat sesuatu lah. Kalau dia buat sesuatu, it happens kan concurrently with dengan device ni detecting the punya source and so on. Coincidence is very hard. That means it could be real stuff. 99% could be a real stuff. So you can deter coincidence punya factor actually.
Actually kita ada pakai ever since dia dah sekarang dah ambil ease of this from you kan. Instead of the Maglite, that's where kita beli bola for evidence. Sometimes mungkin next one maybe kita pakai baby doll or something, tengok muka.
Compass
Compass, so
do you cater to customization?
Yes, I do customization.
Straight je ke? Straight je kat
Ada pergi balik? Ada dia batuk? Yes, I do customize.
So okay, aku rasa kita dah 30 minit. So last one is what advice you can give us as pair counters?
Us or any
other. But for
upcoming stars from the
but for start, us dulu, kita budak pair counters dulu. After that, maybe to others.
Okay. First of all, my ultimate advice will be safety. Okay. 3 forms of safety that we need to understand in the paranormal. Okay. In paranormal investigation or research, these 3 forms of safety. Number 1, physical safety. Number 2 is emotional safety. And number 3 is spiritual safety. Okay. Mungkin you pernah dengar, mungkin tak pernah dengar. Okay. Physical safety is very easy. You jalan, jatuh, luka,
Bangun sendiri.
langgar timur.
Itu semua aku dah kena dah. Dah kena dekat kuku tu.
Luka patah ke, itu is physical lah.
For pair counters, dia memang tukang ni.
Aku the best tu. Jadi langgar semua aku. Pasal
Dia
first thing is kalau aku langgar, then aku okay kan. Then it's okay for my
Okay.
team.
So kita panggil dia boy luka. Okay.
Okay, the number two will be more to spiritual safety. Salah. Okay, spiritual safety Why spiritual safety? Okay, when you embark ataupun when you dah masuk ke bidang paranormal, you know there's risk, there's danger Tapi apart from physical, risk dan dangernya is also on spiritual. Maknanya kerasukan, gangguan. Tak kita ikut rumah balik anak ini dan cari so on. Okay? And this bila terjadi kan begitu, kadangnya senang, kadangnya susah. I think you also very tahu about this Okay. This number 3, emotional safety. Okay, ni mungkin orang tak pernah terlintas. But I will still emphasize sebab emotional safety ni kadang-kadang dia tak tunjuk muka, benda ni tak tunjuk muka, benda ni tak ikut balik, dia tak ganggu. Tapi apa dia buat? Hasutan. Satu dia cakap belakang kau. Hasutan. Itu hasutan Ini this is the thing that kita nak faham. Sometimes this is what team berpecah belah. Dia akan cakap build up your ego, build up your kesombongan. Ini sesuatu yang tak banyak orang perlihatkan ataupun feel it. Nanti adik terus terang, ni cakap terus terang dalam paranormal bertahun-tahun ni, I've seen adik-beradik bergaduh sampai putus silaturahim. Suami isteri bercerai-berai. Terus terang okay, because of paranormal involvement, that's all. Aktiviti paranormal. So this emotional safety yang kita nak kena terapkan diri kita. Kita ni is just a simple human being. Just know tak ada orang lebih hebat, kita pun tak hebat. Atas gunung ada awan. Awan berawan-awan. Okay.
Oh ni dalam ni, falsafah ni.
Emotional involvement in paranormal is much more way deeper than spiritual and physical.
Yes.
It's way
Right. Okay, then of course lagi satu, kalau kita nak ada sesuatu baru, which is mental health. Ini kita nak jaga welfare, well-being dan sebagainya. I think you can get a lot of this online. Even kat Singapore punya government punya portal pun there is such techniques to be used and so on lah. Okay, that's number 1, safety. Kedua, fahamilah apa tu the pure meaning of paranormal. Okay, kita tak nak, don't go to assumption. Okay, kalau if I ask around you have your answer, and everyone have their own answer. Tetapi, you see, kadang-kadang this is where it differs. Emotional safety tu, pergaduhan akan terjadi. Because I've seen disagreement, orang yang berilmu berdebat dengan orang yang berilmu. Aku nampak Pontianak tak ada kaki. Aku nampak Pontianak kaki satu. Aku nampak baju dia putih. Aku nampak baju dia putih coklat sikit. This happens actually on the round table sebenarnya. Kau punya belajar bersapa, kau tak hebat tau. Kau hebat, kita try. It becomes something else. So
It become a battle lah.
it become a nonsense battle lah. Dengan tak sengajanya menjadi sesuatu hobi yang tak baik. Padahal asalnya baik. So these are the things that yang kita nak kena jaga. And then kita of course kita nak kena faham that maksud paranormal senang je. Refer to kamus, refer to dictionary. Because that is the main, kalau orang putih cakap the Bible lah. The Bible of words lah. Kan? Okay. So kalau nak satu sepakat, just tengok dictionary, tengok kamus. Maknanya is very plain and simple. It's very direct.
Okay. Ingat apa yang actual meaning dia.
Yes, I understand from now. Until now. Okay. Dia punya layman paranormal is a phenomenon that cannot be explained by science.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to do science first. Tak boleh explain, that's paranormal.
Yes.
Okay, that's the bottom line for now lah.
So first is safety, the 3 types of safety, then the understanding of the word paranormal itself lah. Layman's term.
Okay. Jadi kalau you tak faham, macam mana you nak buat?
Betul.
Tak faham, tak kenal, tak cinta. Tak tahu drive. Dia dah tahu tu.
Dia dah macam cerita laskar je.
Kita dengar makin tak faham, dia abnormal lah gitu. So I think that's about it for our spontaneousnya questionnaire for Mr. Achik here from Paranormal Consultants. Paranormal Consultants.
You can follow him at his Facebook page, Paranormal Consultants. Dan TikTok ada apa? Paranormal Unity.
Paranormal Unity.
You want to order this oh apa? Apa ni barang?
Obelisk.
Oh,
You can actually direct DM him. Direct him.
Or if you cannot get him, you can get to us and we will inform him.
Jadi kalau lupa, I would like to say a million thanks to Paracontent yesterday and those of all of you out there. Terima kasih kerana mengundang Acik untuk join your session. Okay, and hopefully tetap stop di sini dan teruskan kepada persahabatan yang lebih remaja.
InsyaAllah.
Ini dah scripted lah.